We had about 5.5 hours sleep last night, so we're getting there. I am vlogging handheld obviously because I've left my tripod in the car, so you'll have to put up with slightly shaky footage. But as you can see, there's not a cloud in the sky. It's very bright. Let me show you. There's not a cloud in the sky, but it's very still. It's very fresh. It's very nice. This morning, what we're going to do is Luigi's going to take us to a gorge. It's a waterfall. We have to walk through a nice valley. Hopefully we'll shoot some trees maybe. We didn't get up for sunrise because we knew it was going to be like this, and we'd been up for 3 on the trot and 3 sunsets, so we're all knackered, especially Matt, because obviously Matt's been doing all the driving. But yeah, I had a good night's sleep. The little house is okay. Yeah, it's pretty. It's okay. It's better than okay. It's better than okay. It's really good. Yeah. Before we do go, we finally got to meet Luigi yesterday. Luigi Nespica. If you haven't heard of him, head over to YouTube, Instagram. I'll put links down in the video or up here. He's a good friend of Matt's. He's the reason why we are here, because Matt has never been here before. Yeah, an amazing bloke, amazing photographer. It was just so nice to meet someone that's so knowledgeable about the area. Yeah, very happy that we met Luigi.
Of green and a bit of browns left over from the autumn of last year that are sort of like frozen in time, and if you can find yourself a nice frame and zoom in there, they're
You'll have to excuse the bright highlights, but can you just see up there? Just up there. What I've decided to do is, again, the trusty long lens, and just pick out 1 or 2 of them. Now, Luigi says there's a better look or better view of them further along, but I had to grab this just in case. But yeah, handheld image stabilization on. Try and get your shutter speed up. But to be fair, even at like a 40th of a second, f16, ISO 50, just shoot for the highlights because they are quite bright. You see them highlights there.
very tight. It's very nice. It's very photogenic. Can't really take many more people than 2 really. So what I've decided to do is just while everyone's getting ready or taking their shots, I'm just going to do some telephoto images. Let me spin you around and just so you can see. You see how harsh it is. I'll just control this ND. See how harsh them highlights are. Ooh. Specular highlights everywhere. So what I've decided to do is shoot like a section like that with a telephoto lens. Yeah, and hopefully that'll come out. I've focused in the background, f16, gives you plenty of depth of field. Focus on the rock, because I want around 1/8 of a second. And what I'm doing is just adjusting my ISO slightly. But it's so bright, I'm shooting any higher than 100 anyway. Getting a shot for the water where I want it at 1/8 of a second, so it's not blown out. And then putting a 3-stop ND on, bringing back that 1/8 of exposure, and adjusting my ISO, taking shots of the shadows and the highlights, and I'll blend them 3, or I'll paint darker or lighter areas into the image, depending on what I feel. I hope that explained that well. Right, I hope I explained that. So I think this image doesn't really work, if I'm honest, in terms of photography. Obviously it's stunning to look at. I think it's one of them moments where you just have to appreciate looking at it, rather than stressing about getting a photograph. Trying to contain them highlights, but at the same time see their detail in the shadows and capture around 1/8 of a second, 1/4 of a second to get that motion. Which obviously that, again, is dependent on how much flow, how fast that water is flowing. So there's lots of elements that can go wrong, lots of things to think about, and it's not a very straightforward image. So I think what we're going to do today now is head back the same way we come, I think. I'll have to have a word with Luigi and go from there. But yeah, not an anticlimax by any stretch. Just a wonder to witness in person. So we've just stopped, we're back at the car, shoulders are absolutely, well, they've had it. It wasn't too bad actually, it wasn't a bad climb. It's nice. It's funny, I didn't mention it earlier in the series, but I really struggled this trip with breathing, to the point where on the first night when we was back at the castle, I filmed a bit of B-roll to run up, and I had to, which meant I was behind these guys, and I had to run to catch up. And it was like this, it was cold, it was dark, and I had like a panic attack. Like I couldn't breathe, my heart rate was going through the roof. I had to take everything off and close my eyes and sit down. And it's kind of haunted me a little bit, but it's funny. I think it was just the altitude a little bit. The air's a bit thinner up here. You know, we're around 1,600 meters. And then going up to over 2, so it's not unheard of for someone like me who lives at 115 meters above sea level to go up to 1,600 overnight.
you know. But yeah, because I think that's what it is. Because now my breathing's fine. It was very steep today on my way back, and it's fine. So we're gonna have some lunch, and then at this lovely little place, little ski centre. It's nice to see everyone here. All the Italians having like traditional sort of lunch on a Saturday afternoon. It's a very social way of life around food and just life in general. It's just awesome. I love it. So yeah, regroup, food, and then see what this afternoon and tonight brings. And tomorrow we're back home. Wow, what a morning that was. We've come back to the room just to chill out for a bit. Matt and Luigi have gone to get fuel ready for tomorrow morning because we've got well, my flight's at 10:10, so I have to be there for around 8:30ish, I suppose, 9 o'clock maybe. Check my bag in, and yeah. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get in there, have a shower, change of clothes maybe, and then go to the bar. Have at least one pint, I reckon, with Paul and Ed, and just chill out and rest the feet. My feet are absolutely killing me. I've got these new boots, these Salewas, and they're really nice. You know, they weren't cheap, but, and considering I've only just put them, I've literally bought them and then worn them here, they've been very comfortable. My feet still hurt. Covered a lot of miles in the last 3 days, so I'll have a shower, regroup, and have a chilled pint before we go. Hopefully back up to Gran Sasso. See if I can get a wide angle shot there, or hopefully we don't get we get some cloud this time instead of clear skies.